When I first heard about this movie on paper, a Ryan Coogler, Michael B. Jordan movie, I was like, okay. Then I saw a trailer and I was like, all right, that actually looks really, really cool. Then I saw Ryan Coogler talking about how they shot it for IMAX and explaining all the aspect ratios and all of his Oakland accent glory.
IMAX film cameras. Those cameras spin the film in a horizontal fashion, and they spin it using 15 parts per frame.
By the end of the whole video, I was like, damn, I gotta see this on IMAX now. Just the way he talks is super captivating, and the love that he has for film really translates onto the screen. And his latest film, Sinners, is proof of that. He teams up once again with Michael B. Jordan, this amazing duo working again for the 5th time, I believe. And it's just that Coogler knows how to get the best out of Michael B. Jordan. Michael B. is a great actor on his own, but these two together, they just unlock something with each other. Plus, Coogler knows what us, the audience, want. Because what's better than one Michael B.? Two Michael B's. So in Sinners, he plays twins Smoke and Stack, who come back to Mississippi in the early 1930s after running around with Capone in Chi-Town. They decide to open up a spot to serve food, drink, and blues, when evil comes knocking at their door. This is a good old-fashioned vampiro story, and to be honest, it's kind of a pretty basic one. But just like the way that Coogler talks about aspect ratio, he's so talented in his storytelling, it's captivating. But I'm not gonna lie, when I did sit there and I was watching the film and I was about halfway through, I did get nervous because it starts off very slow, but they're not wasting your time. They're out here world building. The twins are running around town getting what they need for opening night, which allows you to see how people around town view the twins. They're basically like gangster legends. Everybody's afraid of them. They're not only loaded, but they also have, in a way, everybody's respect. Michael B. Jordan is so cool, man. Like, he can use anything to be cool. Can I be a toothpick guy? Like, he's just so cool, man. I would just love to have a Freaky Friday situation with him. Could do God just one time. Give me like a weekend or something. I would switch back and he would have so many STDs. He's such a great actor. It's not like, oh, it's Michael B. doing the same thing twice. They're written and created to feel different. Visually, there's like a couple things that, you know, sets them apart. Stack has grills and is usually always smiling. Smoke is more level-headed. He's the one that's all about business, and Stack is the wild one. But he's not like reckless in a way that forces scenarios to push the narrative forward. Like, he's not causing a mess or anything. He's really out just here eating coochie and swapping spit. But at the same time, these two really feel like twins. Like, they're so close. They're like one type of person, that kind of deal, that freaky thing that twins have. They managed to capture that as well, and the love that they have for one another is really, really, truly felt. Tagging along is their talented blues playing cousin, played by Miles Canton. He's great. He's so good as well. Not only is his acting outstanding, but he was able to sing and play music that just simply hypnotizes you. He's fantastic. And he's along for the ride. I view him kind of as like the audience eyes. He's just experiencing everything. Wunmi Mosaku plays like this witch lady. She kind of knows what's up with the vampiros, and she also has a bigger role to play as well. She's great. I love that they didn't treat like the voodoo witch lady to be like taboo either, and it wasn't like this old decrepit old lady. It was somebody of the age that were people in the club. She was somebody important in the community. She wasn't like tossed aside or not paid attention to. She like became a pretty important character, so she was really cool. Now I know it's gonna give me some kind of hate, but hey, I gotta be real. Okay, I'm not a Haley Steinfeld fan. I've always thought she was talented, but there was a time from like Pitch Perfect to like Bumblebee and Hawkeye, where it felt like she was just playing the same character over and over again. And I just simply didn't believe her in those roles. So I did have that going in, like, she's in this, you know? Let's see what she does. She killed it. She was fantastic. And I think that my major issue with me from her in those past roles is that she was always playing somebody with no confidence at all, you know? She was like that, who, me? And it was like, yes, you, gorgeous lady in the back of the room. Yes, we're talking to you. Like, you forcing to be like this girl next door that doesn't know anything. And it's like, she kept playing that same role over and over again. Here, she's confident. She knows what she wants. She don't take no shit from nobody. And I really, really liked her in that role. And I really want to see her in more roles like that. I never doubted her talent, even from True Grit. She's amazing, but even in True Grit, she's playing a little girl with a ton of confidence. I've never doubted her acting abilities. I just wasn't a fan of the roles that she was taking. But she's fantastic in this. She was great. I also love the legend Delroy Lindo. He killed it. I don't want to say that word, but...
Say it.
Huh?
Say it right now.
Huh?
I will say it with you.
Awesome. He was awesome. I was trying to think of something better, but he was great. He was fantastic. I think he lost a lot of weight because his nickname is Slim, and he looks very slim. So shout outs for doing that if he did something. But I also really loved the way he spoke. He has this accent and he's this drunk. So the way he spoke with the accent and being a drunk, slurring his words is like, you got almost to the point where you would miss a word or two.
Yo, it's my only thing. I think I shot myself.
Everybody was great. Oscars for everybody. Immaculation across the board. Immaculation? Immaculacy? Everybody was immaculate. Everybody was great. So like I said, during the first half of the movie, we get bits and pieces of the backstory, really filling in the blanks of not only these characters, but their relationships with each other. So by the time the vampiro shows up, you give a shit about the people in play. You care about these people who are stuck in this scenario. But again, this takes a while. Don't go in there expecting vampiros the first 5 minutes. It's a slow burn, but once they do eventually show up, it's completely worth it. It gets really good, it gets fun, kind of chaotic, and you don't know really exactly how they're going to end, and there's still some mystery and intrigue throughout the whole film. There is some action, but that's not really the focus of the movie. I feel like they even left a lot of action to be filled in with your imagination, because they would like do cool shit, but right before the point of impact or right before the cool shit happened, they would move away or cut, especially when it comes to the vampiros, which that in and of itself, I feel like really build up tension and suspense. But I didn't find it to be annoying. I found it to be very effective. Again, letting your mind fill in the gaps. And whenever they did show something, it made it more impactful. There were a couple of jump scares that I wasn't expecting. So they got me, not only because I wasn't expecting them, but also because they were used properly. They weren't your run-of-the-mill jump scares where they're building tension the whole time and then you know when they're coming. They literally just popped up out of nowhere in the middle of a conversation, or a character is doing something and something pops out. Not gonna lie, they got me. And like I said in the beginning, I saw this on IMAX, so that's the experience I had. He really used the aspect ratio to help tell the story. He would go full screen when stuff is about to happen, but he would almost use it as a way to build tension for the action, which I really, really liked. Of course, it's shot beautifully, so if you do have a chance, I do recommend it to go see it on IMAX, not only because Ryan told me,
So definitely recommend that.
but because of the sound as well. My favorite part of the movie was the music. Like I said, Miles Canton was amazing, but the way Coogler used the music as if it were some type of magic within this world really translated for me. There was this one music scene that I really, really loved. Just the way the camera was moving and how he was integrating different elements to tell the story. It was like a whole little homage to music, and it was within the movie helping telling the story. It was brilliant. I thought that was amazing. So I was like impacted by that scene. So that's what I really took home with me. That's what I still remember, how the camera moved. I remember every part of it, not only because I just finished watching it, but because it made an imprint in my brain. I also find it funny that every time I adore a music score, and I'm saying like adore music, to the point where like you add it to your Spotify playlist type of love. Every time I do that for a music score, the person responsible is always Ludwig Göransson. The range on this guy is crazy. I was leg bouncing the whole time. Luckily there was nobody next to me, you know. I was shaking and like bouncing, you know, as best as my abilities. This guy is so talented when it comes to, you know, sounds, music. Everybody played their role to as the best of their abilities, and because everybody involved is so good, this movie gets to be so good, you know. Even with, like I said, with a slow burn and the things that you're there for, the vampiros or the action or whatever you're there for, it takes a while because everybody who's talented is doing the talented stuff. You're captivating, you're there the whole time. I do feel the need to give out a warning though. The second credits start popping up on screen, people in the theater left. I think like 5 people left, and there were still like 5 more minutes of movie left. They called it a mid-credit scene, but nah, this was movie. This wasn't a credit scene. This wasn't like, you know, something goofy or funny happens just to add something at the end, or a vampiro wakes up and like tease a sequel. This was literally the ending of the story. Then after the credits roll, there's yet another one, but that's more of a musical one that it's still, you should stick around for. That's totally worth it just because this kid is so amazing. So yeah, stick around. It's worth it. Coogler is a top director, and he's going to be that for a while. Michael B. Jordan is a top actor, and he's going to be that for a while. Sinners is a modern take on vampires in 1930 Mississippi. It's not revolutionary by any means. It uses vampire lore to tell the story, but the way the story is told, the elements that they use, visuals, music, acting, all the things that make a movie great, were done for this movie. Therefore, Sinners is the result of what you let talented people do their talent, with no one getting in the way of letting them do that. And that's when you get cinema magic. Who knew? You let talented people do talented things and you get good results. Mind-blowing. It must be a new concept today. But those were my thoughts on Sinners. Let me know yours down in the comments. What did you think about it? Did you love it? Did you hate it? You think Ryan Coogler should do Blade? Any and all thoughts, make sure to vent them down in the comments down below. And when you're down there, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more. Thank you guys for watching. Remember to always and forever, you do you. I lost the toothpick. Chinga madre.